Hey y'all. Hey, hope everybody's doing all right. Yeah, I've been going through some things, okay? But God is so good because every time I go through something, it's always a lesson in whatever it is. And so I won't complain. But yesterday, God kept bringing to my head infiltrated spirits, infiltrate. And then he brought to my notice Ephesians 6. That talks about we battle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and things of that sort. So God always talked to me about spiritual warfare because he know, like, I'm gonna go to bat. Like, I ain't really too much scared of too many things. So if it gets to that point, you know what I'm saying, it just is what it is. And so he had been talking to me about spiritual warfare. He had been talking to me about like chains, like literal chains. And so the word that I have today, I hope that it makes sense, and I pray that God just, as always, uses me to deliver the message to whoever needs to hear it, because I know that the biggest thing that the enemy tries to do is make us feel like we're alone, but I know for a fact that we're not alone. And so maybe this is something for somebody else as well as it was for me. But no, he kept telling me about the principalities. And I understand that concept that we battle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. But he also was talking to me about infiltration of the spirit. So it's like when people are susceptible to those principalities actually infiltrating their spirit and interfering with the chosen or the person who the principalities are trying to attack, interfering with their destiny, their walk, their calling, their life, their ministry, their marriage. It's like the infiltration is happening in a lot of places. And so I just wanted to just give this warning and to give this understanding to other people, because I know I'm not the only one, like, understanding that, God is not a man, he cannot lie. So whatever he tells you, it has to come to pass. And regardless of what the enemy tries to, or who the enemy tries to use to interfere in that promise still has to come to pass. And the thing about the enemy is he knows when your promise is about to hit your doorstep. He knows when that breakthrough is coming. He can't do nothing about it, but he knows when it's coming. And so he will try to do any type of last minute scrambling, scrounging, anything that he could do to disturb your promise, anything that he could do to deter you from going to that next level. That's what the enemy is good at. And so when God was talking to me about the infiltration of spirits, he was telling me, like, don't get mad at people. Don't get mad at people, because it's not them. It's the spirit that was able to infiltrate them. It was able to infiltrate. That's the best word I got. Them to interfere with what it is that you got going on. So again, we don't battle against flesh and blood. We don't battle against the people. We battle against the spirit. So it's so important that we stay prayed up and we stay covering ourselves, our promise, our ministry, our vision, our goals, not in a way to where we have to be silent, because I don't believe in being silent about my wins, because I'm gonna give God all the glory. But what I'm talking about is covering it. So before you get ready to go out and speak on your stuff, you need to take a couple of minutes to pray over it before you go out and announce it, because the enemy is so big on trying to infiltrate what you got going on, what it is that you're doing, where it is that you're moving to. It's like he can't stop the breakthrough, but he gonna do everything that he can in his power to get to you before you get to the breakthrough. It's almost like the word that's coming to my mind right now is rat race. So it's almost like you on the mission to get to your promise, but the enemy, even though he can't stop you, he gonna try to cut you off in line before you get there. He gonna try to make you slip up and say the wrong thing before you get to that specific point. So we just have to be very vigilant and do our due diligence when it comes to what God has promised us, making sure that we're praying over it, making sure that we're staying, faithful to what God said, regardless of what or who the enemy tries to use to interfere in that path. So I just hope that really makes sense, because that's kind of how it's breaking down to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy for, especially when people don't vibrate, I guess I could say, in the energy of the Most High God. When people are vibrating in energies that are lower, fear, worry, doubt, grief, guilt, all of these things, when people are around you or people that you're communicating with are in that low frequency, it's easy for their spirit to be infiltrated by the enemy. So that's why you have to stay prayed up, and you also have to be discerning in who you have around you, and also who you share your information with, because the thing is that what's for you is for you, and that doesn't necessarily mean that it's always for everybody that's around you, because everybody's not going to understand what God and you have communicated, what God and you have talked about, what God has promised you. Everybody's not going to understand that, because everybody don't have the same relationship that you have with God. Okay, so I really don't want to make this video long at all, but I just want y'all to know that stay faithful, because whatever God has promised to you, it has to come to pass. You not gonna leave here without your promise, okay? So I just had to say that. I love y'all for free. I love y'all for free. I love you for free. And I promise you, the devil has no victory over your life, over your promises. Be cautious, and just know that the enemy is infiltrating other people to try to interfere with what it is that you got going on. But the Most High, one true living God, said that it has to come to pass. So you don't have nothing to worry about. Keep on praying. Keep on praying over your promise. Keep on praying over your victory. Keep on worshiping and praising God, because that's one thing that the enemy cannot stand, when you praise and worship God. So keep on doing that. Keep on doing that. And when that promise comes, thank God that he made it come to pass. Okay, y'all? So yeah, I love you for free. Peace. Long live 30. Y'all have an amazing day.